there is so much scrutiny and so much pressure. It seems like Gareth Southgate's handled it very well in so many ways. I mean, your first press conference, first question, in fact, first press conference, because Scolari had been in for the job and then withdrew his candidacy. And so you sit down, and at this stage, Middlesbrough have been to UEFA Cup final. You've won a cup, international experience over the years, European football. And how does it feel, Steve, to be second choice? Boom, up and running. Welcome to the big time.
Yeah, that's right. And then many, in that era, we were talking about the media attention and how there was a big divide, and, there was so much criticism of the players, and the players were always looking at the marks in the paper. I didn't like the criticism.
Yeah.
And there was a fear playing for England, and I think that's been spoken about. And it was definitely there. And I just look, and one thing a snapshot of the past and the present showed the players cooling down in a swimming pool, messing about in the water with unicorns and inflatables, and playing like 5-6-year-olds, enjoying life, enjoying each other, enjoying the company. Could you imagine 20 years ago the England players and that photograph being in the media? It would have been ridiculed at that time. So that's quite an interesting analogy.
Well, isn't it fascinating to see the way media has changed, and who knows why that is? Maybe media are more aware of players' mental health. Maybe it's just the media aren't as powerful. Like, right through from the treatment Bobby Robson was on the receiving end, through to Graham Taylor and the turn-up, the vilification of players who missed penalties, Beckham sending off in '98, through to Sven and you. It was scapegoating, media very powerful. Like, you take the turn-up, Graham Taylor, like how many people in their 20s and 30s are going out to buy the paper the next day anyway? That power is sort of gone. But I think you were one of the last, I would say, to have that vicious tabloid treatment, and the media culture then was tough, and the expectations were so high. So you were at the right at the cutting edge of that, I would have said. I don't know what it was like to be in the middle of that storm.
Yeah, of course there was pressure, and to deal with the media is part of the job, but I think, Capello, after didn't have success, and Roy, with the Iceland result, was also vilified. So I think it carried on, and the difference is England are winning. They've got a good team, young players coming through, and they've got the talent and being handled very well in the modern day player, the modern day era, the modern day of social media, and everything that is going on with mental health. Gareth is the perfect person to deal with that. Why? Because many of them players, in fact, probably all of them players playing for England, he has known from a very young age, because he took the 21s. And so he has a tremendous connection with them players. He has a story with every one of them players that he's playing. It's why he trusts Sterling. It's why he trusts Mount. And that comes from many years of developing a relationship. And, other managers wouldn't have that relationship that he has. And he's perfect for that. And his temperament is perfect for that. He was my first signing at Middlesbrough. And I bought him. Why? Because I wanted a leader that epitomised what I wanted on and off the field. And he epitomised that. He was a winner. He did everything right. He was so professional. First in, last away. But the key thing was he brought people together. There were no cliques. He used to have meals on different tables. There were cliques. He would be there in different tables every meal time, making sure that everybody was together. He was the glue that gelled them and brought that club together. And you see that with England. England look like a club team now, not an international team where Nowadays, Manchester United players came together, Liverpool, Chelsea. There was a lot of rivalry. Doesn't seem that now.
No.
And I think it's a different era in the players. They don't feel like that. And I think because of his personality and his demeanour, his level, his temperament, they follow him. They're demonstrating it too.